I'm Tina Polish, your functional health coach, here to talk with you today of 5 myths about mold that you should know. 5 myths about mold to clear it up for those of us with mold illness or CIRS, chronic inflammatory response syndrome, and those we need to tell. There have been many down through the years, and I remember all kinds of them. Those of us with mold illness know better. So here are some things that you can tell people when they say it's all in your head or things like that. Myth number 1, mold is everywhere and it's harmless and it's been here from the beginning of time. He must burn the fabric, the woven or the knitted material of wool or linen, or any leather article that has been spoiled, because the defiling mold is persistent. The article must be burned. Leviticus 13:52. Molds have undeniably been around forever, but as you can see from Scripture, it has been causing health problems for a very long time. There are theories that fungi have mutated because of the widespread use of antifungal chemicals and other environmental toxins, most used on crops, in paints, and in building materials. Also, the way that we construct buildings now brings in toxic mold, feeds it, and spreads it. Our buildings are not watertight, but the conditions in them make those fungi thrive. Myth number 2. The only problem is the mold or their mycotoxins. Unfortunately, mold is not the only organism found in water-damaged buildings. There are other unclean things like bacteria, viruses, and parasites that can spark and bolster this multi-symptom illness known as chronic inflammatory response syndrome, CIRS, or mold illness. Also, mycotoxins are just one of the toxins produced by these microorganisms. Others include endotoxins and exotoxins, microbial VOCs or MVOCs, beta-glucans, mannins, fungal fragments, building VOCs, nanoparticles, and more. Myth number 3. Black mold, Stachybotrys, is the most dangerous mold. It's true that Stachybotrys chartarum is usually black when it's using stuff like drywall as a food source, but it is not always that color. Also, there are other toxic molds that can be many colors, ranging from white, brown, green, red, and yellow. Chitonium globosum have a fondness for watery areas as well. Other molds such as Wallemia sebae and a couple of species of Aspergillus get into the air easier and grow in less wet surroundings. Myth number 4. There is no mold if you can't see it. By the time you can see mold with the naked eye, it has already grown to a colony of millions of cells growing together. And by that time, it has also already metastasized into the air to create colonies in other places. It can create health problems long before you see it. It can also hide in places you can't see and be in large quantities. Places like dust, carpet, hidden in wall or ceiling cavities, HVAC air conditioning systems, floors, subfloors, and basements. Myth number 5. To get rid of mold, you must kill it. Dead mold is worse than living mold because it breaks down into pieces that are easily diffused into the air. Both the pieces and the toxins attached to them can be a major source of inflammation when inhaled. Also, mold will produce more when being killed or threatened. You can use microfiber cloths, mild soap, and elbow grease to clean small areas. You should also use HEPA vacuuming of all surfaces as needed and HEPA air scrubbers. But if you're already sick, I don't recommend that you do this yourself. Use a reputable remediator, but not one whose primary remediation effort will be fogging, gassing, or using other mold-killing strategies, including essential oils. This especially applies to bleach, which merely strips the color while adding moisture that mold loves. So in conclusion, mold is everywhere, but it is also harmful. There is usually other organisms and toxins with the mold and its toxins. There are many toxic molds. The ones you can't see can hurt you. Mold is a survivor. It will fight back if you try to kill it. If you or someone you know is suffering from a mysterious illness and wants to regain your strength and energy so that you can live a purposeful life again, click on the link below to schedule a complimentary consultation with me today. Let me help you bring function back to your health. Have an abundantly healthful day. Bye.